Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Solicited some tips, although I think that the game is going well. I also thought it was a good time to check in. I have zero backlog, so as of right now, tweet me your #1 tip. Here's some that have come up a lot. Build Sparks, that seems like a good idea. How about this? Bubba Sparks, young and restless from the south of the United States of America, redefining hip-hop back in the year 2004. Regardless of this, build Sparks, or a Spark. One that we can do right away that I think is very astute and intelligent is go to our training center and take a specialist and make them also a medic. And I kind of think we might want to... Who else is a specialist? Fox is a specialist. Because I know Kate. Kate doesn't want to heal people. Kate wants to be, like, supercharged for attack abilities. But we can maybe give Fox... I thought there was... Oh, sorry. We just go to the training center down here. We could go to Michael A.L. Fox. He's got 6 soldier AP, 25 XCOM AP. I think giving him medical protocol would be a smart idea. Doesn't even need a medkit. This uses 4 from the pool. That's not that bad. If we give him revival protocol, it's going to take 10 from the pool. That's pretty bad. Of course, it could be extremely handy, but I'm trying to think about, like, what else we could use. Like, I think that there's a couple of abilities that are extremely smart to use over, like, as many times as possible. Anything that, like, does lightning reflexes exist in this game? I know there's shadow steps, so you don't trigger reaction fire, but I can't remember if there's lightning reflexes. I'd recognize the icon, you know, from 2 miles away, but... Let's see, Kate has 16 AP, so she could probably just pick up something randomly, essentially, that she's never used before. Like, fire twice in a row at an enemy? Overwatch shots can now be triggered by enemy action. Lightning reflexes. Each turn, the first reaction shot against you misses. That's pretty freaking good. It's 13 ability points. We can make, like, super soldiers this way, so sure. I love lightning reflexes. As long as we remember that she has it, we can use her to bait out 1 Overwatch per turn from enemies. That's pretty solid. How about you? You got 12 left over. Conceal? Kill zone's too expensive. Won't even worry about it. Shadow Strike. While concealed, gain plus 25 bonus aim and plus 25 bonus critical chance. Also very good. If you score 1 or more kills, you're granted a single bonus move. Now that seems more like what I'm talking about. Because usually we're moving this dude to get a flank. So if we can get him to take a flank, pick up a kill, and then have another action immediately after for an... I mean, probably an Overwatch most of the time. Sometimes a reload. Sometimes a hunker. It might not be that bad. So sure, that takes 1 point out of the pool. Let's look at Dan here. He's got 9. So if we took something that cost 10, I would be totally fine with that, even if it cost 11. So he's like a regular old sniper. Take an action after dashing. Does that even make sense here? Take an action after dashing. But he'd only be able to shoot his pistol. That seems like maybe we'll wait on that. Because maybe the higher level things cost more. Like, who knows, right? This could cost 20. Probably not, though.
Commander.
Robert is a genius level intellect. He will gain ability points at a faster rate than anybody else. Oh, dude, we should have been taking way more abilities. Take a shot with a small aim penalty for a significant damage boost. Suppressor, hollow targeting. Psh, dude, he's got some good stuff. He's shooting his cannon all the time. I think that using your cannon to shred armor is very smart. I think that also, I mean, suppression is free. Hollow targeting is also great, but suppression is free, and suppression can be really good, so let's pick that up. It's not free, but it's free for this round, at least. We're making, like, super soldiers here. Dragonova's got 10 spare. I don't know, I gotta think about this one. A kill with the Claymore puts the Reaper into shadow. Now we're talking. Now that I've learned to deal with the Lost. It's like a free concealment. I kind of like that. Spend 2 points from the pool, see if I care. Mox hasn't been on a mission in 20 years, but that hasn't affected his ability. 0 extra AP. Fox, 0 extra AP. We did just have him learn something. Bear has 8 extra AP. With every successful Overwatch shot, there's a 30% another Overwatch shot will be taken. That seems good. I don't really need 2 with Demolition, I think. I mean, blast padding is... To have an extra point of armor is kind of nice. I think I might just mill 2 from the pool to do that. We know how to get more points from the pool now as well, so I think this is relatively smart for us to... Now that we know what we're doing, at least. It seems like you get like a random trait that shows up in your 3rd slot every 2 tiers. To be honest, gaining an extra 25 crit chance, the aim is fine, but the crit chance when concealed is like disgusting. Let's go for that. It's a 3-point action, more or less. Mathas has 6, so it's going to be a little expensive to pick something up. Maybe as we get into these like slightly less experienced soldiers, like Austin's got no points. Josh has no points. All right, I think that was very smart, though. So actually, give me a moment here, and we'll save up having done that. That's something we probably should have been doing for a while. This is YouTube save, I don't know, 14, something like that. So the other thing is, we want to do this facility mission, but before we do it, we want to finish this covert action, which has... I mean, we might not take any of these soldiers, but still, why not, right? And the other thing is, if we finish skull mining, we can give a skulljack to a... specialist, and then they'll have a better hacking skill, which could be important. So apparently, not now, but we will need intel pretty soon. In fact, were we not working on that at the exact moment? Apparently, if there was a,
Elders have nearly come to realize their vision.
Excuse me, sir?
And so it would seem time
We need to go make contact with the new Arctic again. So we actually do want to scan for intel, funnily enough. But, and in fact, we should do that as we speak. So I think we just finished a retaliation, but we want to wait 2 days so we get the Skulljack. We want to siege this alien base, but apparently a super powerful alien generally means that it's, that's fine. Probably. Generally means that, it's one of the Alien Hunters DLC, so I just hate that, but it is what it is. We have learned a little bit about the Warlock here, that's positive. We get another action as a result of that, if I remember, another action with this order. Fizzlebeef's been promoted. I'm not going to assign a new covert action just yet, we're going to wait 1 day. Okay, skull mining's been done, and then we're going to... I mean, here's what we're actually going to do, is save scum, because this mission could be hard to, extremely hard, depending on whether or not it truly is. If it truly is an alien hunter. So, like, if it's a Viper Queen or whatever that has 9 million HP, and every time you shoot at her, she gets a... Oh, stop. And every time you shoot at her, she gets a free action. We're not going to like that. And I have a feeling that is probably what it is, but... especially because it's called Operation Sacred Serpent, it just seems like, you know, we'd have to be very silly to not take a look at it. Alright, so this is very important. The other thing is, one of the very astute viewers told me, I'm constantly making weapons available and making utility items available. Utility items less catastrophic. Making items available, or making weapons available, means that I am taking away the upgraded weapons and giving them to just random people. So we want to make sure that they have the upgraded weapons instead of just leaving them in a pool at our base. Kate's like our superstar hacker. She's got to come along. Especially because it's a facility. We need her to hack turrets, robots if we find them, etc., etc. If we're sending Zhang, which we should send our best ranger, no offense, Invicta, you're also crushing it. We got to send Dan, because they have an action together, so they should hang out. Rob is our best grenadier. He should be on the mission. Especially because we just supercharged him. Then we got a choice, because we have, I mean, we could always take 2 Grenadiers. That was a strat that worked really well for me in XCOM 2 Vanilla. Not so well in Long War, but what does work in Long War? Testing, they're retrying the campaign about 1 million times works in Long War. Would we rather have a Templar and a Skirmisher, a Templar and a Reaper, or a Reaper and a Skirmisher? And that's a tough decision. Actually, it's not in this situation, because our Templar is tired. So we're going to roll Dragonova, and we're going to roll Praetor Mox, which I think are both fine choices. So let's just go through, and it's going to take a minute here, but should make sure that you have, like, the upgraded weapons. For example, you should take the magnetic rifle with the scope, I suppose. And then you... Surely we've got, like, a shard gun that has something attached to it. This one has a hair trigger and a repeater. This one has a laser sight. I'd rather have the hair trigger and the repeater. Make some big plays, because the repeater is an instant kill. Then Daniel. This was a subtle tip. This was the kind of stuff I was particularly looking for because I'm an idiot. Advanced stock. Missed shots still deal 2 damage and a 5% chance that they will not cost an action, or scope increase aim by 5%. We'll go for the missed shots still do damage. Seems like that could get us out of a jam. Roberts. Extra magazine or not cost an action. Extra magazine or extra capacity in the magazine is much more consistently good, I think. Dragonova might never have had an upgraded weapon. No, totally did. So I've basically been going out like under-equipped for no reason for probably longer than I'd like to be. The bullpup though has not been upgraded, so we should throw something on there. There you go. Missed shots still deal 1 damage. It's not good. Not particularly at least, but it's not bad. Alright, so we got all the weapons sorted out. Let's look at loadout. We finished Skulljack, so Kate should have the Skulljack on her. She can also mine at melee range, and it gives a plus 25 hack bonus. That's right, Ruka. You're looking at me because I hit my fist into my palm, but this is a huge play for us. She could take the med kit. She's not suited to be a medic. Someone might get wounded on this mission, no question. But instead, nanoscale vest. By the way, our Grenadier, now that we know that no matter what, like a frost bomb triggers the Lost. A smoke grenade triggers the Lost. What do we care? We're gonna take a, probably not a smoke actually, we'll give that to someone else, but you can take the, sorry, where's the flashbang? Is that the, that's the smoke, is it not? Dude, this bug is so stupid. I believe that's smoke, frag, frost bomb. It's not bad, but yeah, well, hold up. Get rid of this. This bug every time. I mean, I should just go to the loadout, but I resent having to, I guess. Like, can't we just make this a flashbang? Then they don't have a single frag, but I think that's okay. What if we make this a flashbang? And this the frag? No, max 1 grenade per soldier. Did we take... No, we took grenades get an extra use on this guy. Alright, fair enough. So, you know what? Take a nanoscale. I don't love it, genuinely, but I'll live with it. I just don't think he needs the smoke grenade. He's never going to be so far away from the rest of the people that he's going to need to shoot a smoke grenade out of his cannon. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, now you, Zhang, you're going to be up near the front, so I'm going to give you a battle scanner, and I'm going to actually try to use it. I'm going to give you these ionic axes because they're sick. And you know what? I'm going to give you a flashbang because you tend to be up near the action. Now, Daniel, what does a sniper need? The answer is not much, I think. Maybe a smoke and a frag because they're free. Could use that. Someone should have a med kit. You don't need the frag in all likelihood. Take the smoke and a med kit. You're like our pseudo medic. And then Mox. Congrats, you know, that's what you got. I thought I got the Ionic Ripjack, but maybe not. Alright, so this is our squad. I think we're relatively well equipped. I mean, we've taken 20 years to even start the mission here. Important things to keep in note. Kate has lightning reflexes. She can bait out an Overwatch. Rob has suppression. It's important. Did we not give Zhang something else recently as well? Just things to keep in mind. Yeah, if you score 1 or more kills on this turn, you are granted a bonus move. Remember that. I can't remember. Did we... Dan, we just saved his points because he had, like, running gun or something. Rob just got suppression. Mox didn't get anything else. Let's launch this. It says difficult, but I expect it'll probably be even more difficult than it looks here. We're going to take our time. This could be, you know, it could be a 90-minute video. It could be 2 45-minute videos. We'll see. I want to do this right once and for all because we got to slow down this Advent Avatar project. Apparently, when the countdown finishes, it doesn't. You don't just lose. It starts a timer where you have like a week to assault a facility or something. But still, we'll see. We're relatively well equipped, I think. We have, don't forget we have the extra action between Dan and Zhang. So Zhang could take like 20 actions a turn for all we know. So you start with the Reaper, I think. Move her out. We don't have to kill all the units.
I'm on the move.
Well, I mean, once we in for a penny, in for a pound to some extent, but one of the other things that came up quite often in the suggestions was, what if we just sent in one Advent? It was very sing-songy. What if we just sent in one Reaper, you know, like Dragonova, our only Reaper, on a on these missions that have a single objective that can actually be accomplished without aggroing anybody. Finish the objective and then just extract. I think it's not a bad idea, honestly. Will I try it? Probably not, because, I mean, not just because I'm scared of new things, but because I've tried out a lot of new things in XCOM, and usually my intuition, I think, for that kind of stuff is not great. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it if we get the chance. But for now, generally, I feel like the more tickets you got in the lottery, the better your chance of hitting that jackpot, or at least a free ticket, you know? So we're probably, this is probably like do or die time. Like this is where we're gonna decide how our turns are gonna go. If they walk over in this direction, if we move after that, we'll probably be discovered. So what we're gonna do instead is
Move it out.
just get close, but not so close that it could possibly trigger them, hopefully. And we really, really, really want Kate to be close enough to hack the robot.
Got it covered. I'll watch closely.
So they are coming in this direction. I think we should fire on them. They're not that strong. 7 HP, 7 HP. And then the robot has 2 armor and 7 HP. But as long as Kate can land the Haywire protocol, and she should have a really good chance. Now, I'm probably going to be like a big baby, by the way. This will break concealment, so we probably should have tried it in a different fashion, but the fact that we can temporarily disable or stun the unit really is awesome at 100%, but I love the 2/3 chance. And look at that. Was never a doubt in my mind as soon as I clicked the button that we were crossing that threshold. And again, as she levels up, hopefully this will just get better and better. But we know that if it's a risky situation, we can always take Kate's turn and shut down one unit.
Of all the aliens running around out there these days, she just had to modify a berserker, didn't she? Her curiosity was not unfounded, although I agree it was perhaps not the most prudent of choices.
Did you see how much HP that berserker had? It has like infinity HP. Well, let's focus on the smart stuff first. This turret sucks. It's got to go, basically, because we've got units that are being flanked right now. So let's start with the units that are safest. Like, I got to think about this for just 1 second. Let's look at our remote start. Yeah, we definitely like do not want to blow up any of those. How far can we throw the Claymore? Not far enough to be relevant. Okay, so Dragonova has to move and then shoot. If we're gonna accomplish anything this turn, she's got to move and then shoot. If we move her up here, there's a 50% chance that she's gonna be revealed. That's pretty bad. Let's move her here and then shoot. There's still a 50% chance, but she's not out in the open if she misses. Or rather, if she gets unconcealed, I should say. So, take the shot. She has been revealed. And she didn't crit. But it could be worse. That's not that bad. Wow, it was just a terrible roll, and the UI broke. So, I actually thought this guy was already aggroed, so I can't really complain.
We've got a chance to take this thing down once and for all, Commander.
Dragonova got an AP as well. Which is great, but also, I'm scared, so... Let's look at this guy's abilities again. Secondary attacks deal +2 extra damage. Soldier does not trigger Overwatch free axe attacks on enemies that enter or attack from melee range. If you score 1 or more kills, you're granted a single bonus move. So this guy is in the business of landing kills. Even in half cover, I think we gotta give him a chance here. Oh, right. Forgot about this part. What? It's killing everything. No, don't shoot at that guy. He's a good boy. Take your 81. I don't know what you do after that action, but take your 81. You can always just overwatch. It's something. It sucks because Dragonova didn't need to use her action there, but you know, how can you know until it's already happened? We have a problem. I'm not sure if you see the problem, but we have like a serious problem. And it's related to the fact that Dan is a juicy shot here. Oh, you can't actually... Alright, that's my mistake. When they say extra move, they don't mean extra move. But the way that I use the term. They mean extra literal, you can move one more time, which is my fault and not theirs. I'll be the first to tell you. I took it as extra action. Dude, this, like, actually sucks. So I think we're gonna summon the Lost. I would rather not, but I think our boys gotta get frozen. The Lost don't really bother me either. At this point in our lives, Dan can kill infinity of them per turn. So sure, summon the Lost, see if I care. So now we actually get 2 free moves. And, I mean, I don't know how smart this is, but I'll tell you what, check this out. Zhang, go all the way up here. Dude's still frozen. He's still frozen for 2, which I'm gonna take as like a huge positive. Dan can move here, and he will have a shot at some units without the pistol. So here's my game plan. I'm being cleverer than I should be. He's now thawed, so he's not frozen for 2. It should have said frozen for 1, in my opinion. But sure, free Blade Storm attack. He's stunned. Life is good. It's actually way smarter this way. So, give Zhang a free action. These stupid aliens, my dude. Then Zhang, just freaking destroy him, please. You know it's gonna thaw him, and that's the bummer in this situation. But what can you do, right? I mean, we could rip jack him back here. I would describe that as one of the worst ideas that, you know, mankind has ever had in planet Earth's history. 7 to 9, 6 to 8. What's the crit? 15? Well, I mean, you better slice then. How do you kill this thing? It doesn't make sense. What do you do? What do you do to these things? Every time you take an action? This is actually stupid. And I don't use that term lightly necessarily. What are you supposed to do, though? I mean, it bothers me only because it would just be way smarter for this unit to never not just attack my own units, right? Like, why doesn't it just attack the same unit over and over? That's what annoys me about it. So, I mean, I actually may just restart this mission almost right away. Because it just irritates me. Weapon ammunition is low. It's missing me, and I'm thankful for that. But I'm, like, extremely displeased about this. I'm basically being a big baby, but I also just sort of don't understand what your contingency plan is supposed to be when you're going up against an enemy that can have 12 actions on your turn. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you one thing. This thing's got to go. Unfortunately, by killing that thing, it gives the Berserker another turn. So, again, it should just smack me as far as I'm concerned. Why don't you just smack me every turn? There you go. He's stunned and nearly dead. Guess the idea, I mean, if we're doing this real talk, you should shred his armor ASAP. Maybe, actually, you know what? I'm a little bit, I'm being overly, the word that I'm looking for is, reductive. We can actually kite the Berserker. I think. Because I think he has the, he prefers to attack the unit who just attacked him. Or she, because I guess it's Berserker Queen, but you get the idea. So. And we already have a shot, it's 98. I think you just conceal.
It's time to focus.
And then go nuts on it. 2 damage. That annoys me. Something's got to shred its armor first. But who's the armor shredder? It's Robert. Who is stunned. Okay, so you know what? Fair enough. We could also throw a claymore or something. I mean, we should get rid of the armor before we do all this, which is why, again, I might just restart this mission because I think it is not particularly going very strongly. And I'm not against save scumming. This is nonsense. I will admit I think a lot of enemies in XCOM die a little too quickly to actually be a threat. They're not very threatening when they just die ASAP, but nor are they very threatening when they take an action for every action you take. It just seems like and they have infinity HP, right? I forgot about that part. At least we get a blade storm every time he walks by us. I'm actually not that upset that it missed because what can you do? I'm actually like, what can you do?
Got it covered.
Sure, the other 2 enemies aren't causing me many problems. And indeed, I triggered the AI, so I guess I can't be that upset. And the alien hunters don't do anything on their own turns. So there's, I mean, these are not stupid game developers. They know what they're doing. Yet at the same, you know, you can't help but feel. Is Rob just permanently laying down? You can't help but feel it's a little cheesy, you know? Rob can't even move. I don't know, he's in like line of sight or something, so just slice. It's something. Now, I was gonna say, you smack me now. He's like real cheese, dude. Some sort of psionic rift. It's gonna leave? Okay, never mind. I'm not that mad anymore. My madness was based on a preconception about what this would be like. What is this? Scanning protocol. Right, okay, so that drastically increases our scan radius, or our knowledge of the battlefield. So she has lightning reflexes. She also has threat assessment. So she can give somebody an Overwatch shot, which might not be bad for Zhang, actually. This thing moves. We slice. We don't. No, it's gone. So we got 2 ability points. All right. I hate those guys. I never want to see them again. Is that? See, again, I'm trying to be nice. Is that too rude to say? Because I don't like those guys. They seem stupid, and I hate them. So a smoke grenade is plausible. Let's take our low percentage chance first, I think. We don't need Dan on pistol Overwatch. You are more of what I'm interested in here. And you have a move, but I don't want to move because we might trigger the robot or the turret up top. All right, so I mean, I went off there, and some of what I said is probably fair, some of it is probably not. I think you can understand why I was a little upset. I thought I was fighting an enemy with 50 HP that moved every time I took a single step. Turns out, it's a Mega Man X sort of situation. My boy, Robert, just is not... I guess we have to res him. It's that status effect that I forgot about. So let's take a turn. Why not, right? Or is Robert dead? I mean, he has, like, HP, but he's also a dead man.
Maybe we should leave him.
Wow! Ice cold. Maybe we should leave him. Everybody, I'm being straight up. Take a turn. What's the rush?
Moving to Overwatch.
It's actually not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Now that we've taken out the, ruler, I assume that we're gonna be okay. Because we already killed a pod of 3 aliens.
I'll watch closely.
I'm just gonna have Kate get, like, right here.
Finally.
I wanted Kate to do this because she has lightning reflexes, but I don't know why Rob is passed out. I kind of was hoping to use some of his abilities. Although that may surprise you. So I'm trying to get, like, Kate's, like, the go-to here. I would rather have her carry Rob to the extraction zone than have to come all the way back to the extraction zone later, you know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
everybody else is just going to move forward, like, slightly, just so they're in a better position. We could probably have her drop and pick up Rob every turn. I'm not going to do that. If the aliens show up, we'll take them and break them. Okay, so Kate with lightning reflexes, because we know that the turret exists. The turret might already be aggroed, in which case we want Kate to be the first one out of the gate, so the lightning reflexes causes the Overwatch to miss, if it exists. So at some point there, we saw the turret, and then lost it. I'm gonna try this again. At some point we saw it and then lost it, I think. So, Dragonova, notably not concealed, and bereft of the ability to conceal again. We can always grapple with Mox on the next turn, so I consider that, like, relatively valuable. Unfortunately, I think Dan pretty much just has to be, like, up here. I would love to keep him back. Oh, of course, he's the one who is, like... he's the one in range of the heavy turret. One tile back of everybody else. You tell me Mox doesn't have a shot from there, then? Alright. There's the unique single tile where Dan and only Dan can see it. Well, in that case, what we'd probably like to do is have Kate drop Rob.
Got some fragile cargo here.
Got some fragile cargo here. Wake up in the morning carrying my Robert. Like, I'm being real with you. Is that a bug, or is she intentionally just never going to, or is Robert never going to wake up as a result of some, I don't know, something. Something. So I want Kate to be out here. Nope. Okay. What? Dude, you're not going to like this turn. I'm just going to tell you, if you're watching this, you're going to be like, these are slow turns. You're not wrong. Oh, now they see me. So I'm mad. I'm a little mad. I'm playing sloppy. How is it that it saw her, she couldn't see it? We're going to make this work for us, because I'm an upset boy right now. We're not going to take any chances on this one. Well, we're going to take the lowest chance possible. We're going to disable it. You could say that was a smart decision. To be honest with you, there's no way we could know that, but that's okay. So we're going to slow down, because, like, half of our soldiers have taken wounds. Some of those I consider legitimate, some of them I don't, but whether we do or we don't, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter too much, at least.
I go where I am needed.
If we're going to shoot the thing anyway, why have Kate hack it? Very simply. We want her to get the experience. Why not, right? 1 damage on the miss because of the stock. Don't forget.
Tired of waiting around.
I have to remind myself, 1 extra move does not mean 1 extra action. It means 1 extra move, which is actually way worse. Not that it's bad, like, I'm not super disappointed to have spent on it, but still. Stabilize. Stop a soldier from bleeding out. That is not what Dan needs. Sorry, that's not what Rob needs.
This might sting a little.
I don't know what Rob needs, to be honest with you. Okay. This is... I can't stress this enough. It's a regroup. Kate has full ammo. Go pick up Rob. Everybody else reload Overwatch. Because this mission is being, like, a disaster right now. I can't tell if I'm getting Bug City. Do you guys hear what I hear? Can't tell if I'm getting Bug City in my game or if I'm just not understanding some of the mechanics. To be honest, might be a little of column A, a little of column B. Either way, though, I'm not gonna let it dissuade me from making progress here.
Give me time to reload.
We're gonna have a lot of wounds when this mission ends, no matter what. Some of them might even be rave wounds, which are the worst, I'm told. We've only killed 4 enemies. This is like a walk in the park. Like a Beach House song from their 2009 album.
Menace 1-5, you're near the target position.
Oh, no kidding. Thanks, Central. I didn't know from the fact that I was in the BS the whole time. Can you grapple? Yeah, it's pretty much where I want to put you. What are you talking about? Storage units. Drugs, what were you buying them? Selling them? Tell me, Danny. So we're going to take another turn. Dan can be a pistolier next turn, see if I care.
Got it covered.
Reapers are always vigilant.
Obviously, there are still aliens. So we're going to have to be very cautious. Should have moved 1 tile extra, but obviously we have to be very cautious about the way we approach this. And in fact, the way that we should be the most cautious is by posting up at the door. And you might be saying, NL, what if a single explosion hits you? Well, then this episode will be scrapped and it will never see the light of day. So you don't have to worry about that possible situation right now.
On Overwatch. On Overwatch.
This is like my ideal episode to put up, as ridiculous as that'll sound for how salty I was/appeared to be. No, I disagree, though. And the reason is, it shows me actually learning. Because I definitely was of the opinion that the alien hunters are horrible. And I think that this episode validated that opinion, and then quickly after the validation, took that validation away. It's like, they're not that bad, they're little babies who run away from you. So don't worry about it too much. So we're going to get, like, this is kind of an ideal episode because it's the best of both worlds. We're probably going to succeed, but suffer some consequences and learn a lesson as a result. And that's the, make failure your friend, and you'll never lose. Took that from the Ron Perlman AMA today. Make failure your friend, and you'll never lose. Now, is that a little bit of pithy advice, perhaps? Yet at the same time, I understand where he's coming from. If you take a lesson from every loss, then you never are truly suffering. Spoken from the perspective of a man who's lived a very sheltered life. I'm speaking about myself, not Ron Perlman, but Sky Ranger, please.
Where is our exit?
Is it just here immediately? Because if it's here immediately, we're 1 turn away from greatness, and everybody should just Overwatch to prepare ourselves for evac.
My watch begins.
Game of Thrones reference, please.
No trespass. Affirmative. Covering now.
Oh, you're too late. You're too late, sir. I almost want to wait for the pod just to get some extra dusting. They don't give experience, unfortunately. Reinforcements, that is. But still. There was like a really weak mission in terms of enemies, but the one enemy that existed that was noteworthy was extremely annoying. So I don't know. I think we might have 4 wounds, because Robert just got, like, KO'd.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges detonating.
I mean, it's a win. We're low on recruits. Well, we're low on soldiers in general, I should say. We killed 4 out of 8 enemies in 17 turns. Veni Vidi Vici. At least give me, like, the high angle shot. Because now that we got 6 people, it's like... It's tough to get them all on a line. Dude, that's not bad. The photo booth is, like, the greatest thing they've ever added to this game. Nobody was a superstar on this mission. But, you know, I think I've got a like, seriously gangster photo here. So here's the way we do it. Angled shot at the front door, no question. Formation is going to be solo. It's definitely not Dan. You didn't do anything this mission. No offense. You know, you were there. You showed up. You answered the call. Zhang. Dude, you are not in pose 1. Trust me. You are in... Nah, I was thinking more like... That'll do. Okay. And then, fully rotated to the back. Oh my god. The continue button exits you out of the photo booth. I was gonna zoom in like really close. It was gonna be like a shot from his lower back up of just the 2 axes and him looking over his shoulder. And then the text at the bottom was gonna say, Alicia Vikander is Tomb Raider. It was gonna be 10 out of 10.
I doubt we've seen the last of
Valen, I don't know why you're such a jerk. Also, nobody is actually wounded here. 8 days, 3 days, 2 days, 4 days. I'm happy. We got a bond available. Let's look at these. Let's look at these very carefully, actually. Combat presence. Grant an extra action to a squad mate. I don't think I want that. It seems good, but his actions are quite valuable. Usually his turn is a very high damage attack. Free ripjack attacks on any enemies that enter or attack from melee range. In theory, I guess we could... It's like Divinity, you know? We could pull an enemy to us, and then when they try to leave, we can smack them. But I don't think it's that relevant. A powerful form of Overwatch, instead of firing automatically, perform any single action. So an enemy runs, they trigger Overwatch, we get ripjack, pull them towards us. I don't even know if I want that, but it sounds awesome. Grenades deal +2 damage. You know what? Interrupt. That sounds cool. And that's important. So I think Dragonova and Mox have bonded. Dude, that's cool. Because they're like, that's got lore implications. Let's leave it at that. No items are covered. Reduced avatar project by 1. Negative trade. Pradle Mox is afraid of the Chosen. That's scary. Yes, please bond. Anyway. That's, dude, absolutely create a custom photo. Outrider and Mox, Hammer and Anvil. That's, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's perfect. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. We had huge positives, huge negatives. If you did enjoy the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.